Okay, PvP starting down south, and well, pretty heavy setup if you ask me.
Yeah, both teams going with a pretty standard setup. I mean, on
Although,
Silly Ducks,
right.
Yeah, they went with 3 AMX 50s, 2 IS3s, and the PvP side, they went with a slightly lighter setup, only switching out one of those AMX 50s for a T69.
Yep. So they're just, well, banking on the T69, perhaps to make a hill climb?
Possibly. I mean, they could, send that T69 up there to that hilltop.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, because just to make like the quicker hill climb compared to the opponents, pretty much. Because why would you use the T69 if you're starting out south otherwise? So I mean, there you go.
Yeah. So actually, on the City Ducks side, they're sending a total of 4 tanks up the hilltop right now.
So which is
3 heavies and 1 T1.
So which is really good.
Yeah.
That Ice Water has a T69 because he's gonna have time to back out from certain death.
Yeah. So they're sending up their AMX 50s. They don't know that any members of PP are up there. PvP sending only a T1 and a T69.
And Ice Water pretty much. I think Commander Muerte is gonna get blown out to bits here eventually. And okay, Ice Water is, of course, has made the climb first, but he's gonna get a nasty surprise pretty soon. Okay, there you go. He spotted the T1.
Yep.
Missed his shot.
But the thing is,
see, that's the thing. Like, yeah, Silly Ducks doesn't know that there's only one T69 up there, so I don't think they're just gonna commit to the climb just yet.
They actually pulled back some of the forces too, so only I believe only one of those.
Yeah, the T1 just creeped up the hill, saw that T69, he was like, okay, maybe this is more than we can chew. Although they can't know that he's alone up there.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think that's a brilliant strategy coming from the PvP side.
Yep.
Sort of like you just send that one T69 because it's definitely going to make the hill climb before those MX50s, and then it just makes your opponent doubt. Okay, shall we commit like our 3 MX50s up there or not? Shall we risk it? And the answer is no.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to send up most of your heavy forces up there on the hilltop if you don't know what's happening.
Exactly.
And they're actually moving their forces towards that western side right now. Most of their tanks are going over
through the west road. But you know what? Like, that's the thing. I think it's a poker. It's a bluff because had they rolled up, that T69 would have been just blown to smithereens. But they just don't know that there's only one T69 up there. Yeah. So the bluff worked out for PvP, I gotta say, because if you don't want those 3 MX50s up there.
Exactly.
You don't want that to happen. So,
yeah, and they are potentially going for a western railway push right now. They have 2 of their heavy tanks still in the city area limits up on that northern side. However, that T69 hasn't spotted, and they might get some
and
nice
look at that, Ice Water just getting a huge shot again. Just he can snipe from up the hill. Brilliantly done. I gotta say the bluff is working to perfection. I mean, right now, if you see the PvP forces, they're stretched out thin throughout the map, but they've got overall amazing vision as to what's going on. So technically speaking, it's very well done. And let's not forget, Ice Water is the only heavy, just tier 8 tank up there, and because he's got the T69.
They actually put up another tank up there as well. So I believe that is an AMX 50, also on the hilltop. So if the Silly Ducks decide to go for a push, they could the PP side or the Silly Ducks side could be in a little bit of trouble.
Well, exactly, because from up there, especially with an MX50, then it's like a sniper's delight.
Exactly.
And quite wisely, they decide to just retreat to their starting point up north because they were starting to take damage towards the Central Park area.
Yeah. They could be looking for a hilltop push. I don't think that's wise, though. What they should be doing right now is setting up a push for the base of the hill, because if they push down there,
just basically to stay on the cover.
Yeah, exactly.
From anyone on the hilltop,
fire. Yeah, won't be able to hit them.
But whoever takes that hilltop has a commanding sort of strategical advantage on this map, because coming down from the hill just takes seconds.
Exactly.
So I gotta give the edge to PvP right now.
Yeah, definitely PvP having the better position right now. They do manage to take out a T1 on the Silly Ducks Revolution side, so a little bit of damage getting taken out.
Gotta love this. Little Mac is covering that west road. You've got 2 tanks covering the Central Park area undercover, of course. And of course, you've got Ice Water and that extra MX50 right on top of that hill. So, and look at that. That other T1 gets blown to bits by Ice Water once again. So, in terms of vision, Silly Ducks are blind.
Yeah, a lot of vision.
They're completely blind. If I were them, I would just squat my starting position on the cover.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
honestly, I wouldn't risk a push because
definitely not risk a push.
They're blind. They're essentially completely blind right now.
Yeah, and what I would do if I was PvP is I would send my T1s up there, try and figure out what the Silly Ducks are trying to do, and then go for a surrounding maneuver.
Yes, indeed.
They are looking to go for a potential hilltop push right now. They are sending...
Maybe not the push, but at least get vision up there because, you know, a T1 was just shot from up there. So, yeah, they're sending one MX-50 up, and, okay, the T1 gets taken down.
Yeah, so they have the option of pushing up this hilltop, though, but I believe that the members of PvP are...
They're regrouping towards the western front right now, so... and I don't think... You know what? I think they should have stayed put.
Yeah.
The way that they were, like, stretched out. And just like really force the clock to just come down to a couple minutes and then go in for the charge, because from up there, let's not forget Ice Water and his MX-50 mate got a couple of sneak shots on the Silly Ducks tanks. So in terms of hit points, they have the advantage.
Definitely.
So I would have waited to actually just for the clock to run down to like 3 minutes or so. Send my T1s first, as just like, because well, they still had both T1s pretty much, so send both of them just to figure out where the enemy tanks are and then just charge in.
Yep, and right now the PvP members are moving in towards the northern
west
side. Yeah. They are going to go for a push. The Silly Ducks Revolution, they have no idea
what's coming, what's exactly coming to them. And Dusty Noodlepong, who's like trying to get vision on the Silly Ducks starting point, but right now the base is empty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not empty. They're probably at the foothill of the base or even attempting a climb. I'm not quite sure what's going on here because nobody's home.
Yeah, no one is actually defending the Silly Ducks.
Okay, there you go. Tank was what has been spotted, and a couple of shots. Okay, Robin taking some damage, but finally on the cover here.
Yeah, Robin in that building area, gonna get some nice cover here. He does take a little bit of damage, though.
Yeah, he does.
Be really careful. He cannot get taken down right here. The rest of the PvP members
are took position though. He took good position, so that's at least he didn't suffer any shots. And okay, Robin taking more damage. Like he's gotta back down a wee bit from that one. He's got to wait until his teammates like come to cover him a little bit because he's too low on health right now. That's an unnecessary risk to take. The base capture has started. He's covering for that T1 for Dusty Noodlepong to capture the base. That's a classic move we've seen like for northern base capture. If you come for the west, that's the only place that you can protect for a capture pretty much.
Yep.
Oh, so that's brilliantly done.
The Silly Ducks are moving around that around that building right now, gonna come down from the southern edge of that northern area. They are gonna engage the
but that's
members.
Defending like a flank pretty much, which is bound to come, and it's brilliantly done. Look at that, 59, 60%. Honestly, this is brilliant.
Oh, but they are just gonna rush in there and try and take out
exactly. I mean, they gotta take out that T1. Okay, so they're
obelisk here.
Exactly, but taking so much damage while having to defend this, as a matter of fact. So that's another advantage that goes the PvP way. Look at that. In terms of hit points, right now the Silly Ducks are so low.
Yeah,
and that's gonna allow like PvP to just steamroll them. Look at that. Okay, now Opelus is gone. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
Technically speaking, execution-wise, it's brilliant.
Oh, but Timoti here getting down really low. One more shot. We'll take out Timoti. He might take out Little Mac.
Okay, Little Mac stays alive, but see, it's just too much firepower. The crossfire is absolutely executed to perfection. Batman with full hit points here, taking down. Probably just gonna take out Aurora on that one too.
Yeah. Aurora's gonna Aurora, Omni, getting taken down as well.
So they're just trading damage, and this thing, Olupong, like that one T1. Was the doom of Silly Ducks on this one.
Yeah,
because they had to defend it, and they lost so many hit points. All the tanks got so much life taken away from them to defend the base capture, because they had to charge in.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, Silly Ducks, they should have been defending that western side of the map. It just allowed PvP to take advantage of that base capture,
right?
Especially when you're
with that angle.
Going in, with
that angle. They should have been where actually PvP came from.
Yeah.
However, if they do that, it allows for a hill push. I mean, basically, they didn't know where their opponents were coming from because they lost their T1s way too early. And that's why you can never disregard the importance of a T1, especially on a map like this.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if a team pushes from the hilltop, it's much easier to defend, from the east or from the west, from a hilltop push, than a team.
It is true. It is true.
Than the other way around.
I just think that we're just banking from because